From the minute you wake up, the decisions you make really affect your entire day. Deciding on how you really want to start your morning, what time you are going to get up at, really will trickle down to affect your entire day. This is something I have learned the hard way. Today, I want to share with you how I really set myself up for a productive day. And this is through a lot of trial and error as someone who I would say is pretty busy between running my Tiff and Tech business to working full-time as a software developer to continuing to learn about new technologies. As you know, I spend a lot of my free time learning about blockchain development. It can be kind of overwhelming to where to put your energy, where to put your time. On top of that, of course, trying to have a personal life and hang out with my friends, my dogs, my boyfriend. It's a lot. And honestly, I don't think I could do it all if I didn't have really a routine or process set up to ensure that my days are as productive as possible. Now, don't get me wrong, some days are not productive at all, and that's okay too. It's all about balance and being kind to yourself. Today, I'm going to share with you some of my tips and tricks on how I ensure to have the most productive day possible. Before we get into it though, make sure to hit that subscribe button for more tech and coding related content. Leave in the comments other video topics you want me to cover, and if you haven't already, make sure to give this video a like. Okay, let's dive into it. Okay, there's no secret in today's society, a lot of us have a lot on the go, and ensuring that we are able to get different parts of our life completed or different things in our life completed on time means that you have to have a productive day. And I understand that I'm really not about the hustle culture or work 24/7 culture. So when I say productive, what I really mean is efficient and effective. When I think about the life that I want to lead a life where I can start work at 8 or 9 in the morning and be done by 5 or 6. And this includes, between my day job, obviously that's 8 hours a day, and then trying to balance my Tiff and Tech job or business as well. Now, obviously, because I have two very big things on my plate, running a business and then also working for a business, it can be a little tricky. And I definitely don't use my work hours for software development to do Tiff and Tech, but what I do is before work or after work, I very strategically make content ahead of time. I also have a team of people who help me on Tiff and Tech so they can continue working throughout the day while I'm doing my day job. Okay, I wanted to give you a little synopsis of where I'm currently at for balancing everything out to really show you how I ensure my day can be as effective as possible. As I mentioned in the intro, the number one tip I have is you need to start your morning off right. Your day will start the minute you wake up, and I think it really sets the tone for the day. For myself, once I wake up, I always take the dogs out. Even though Paul's here to take them out as well, it's something that I've asked him to always say for me to do because I am not a morning person. I hate getting up in the morning. I'm not a morning person, but I'm also not a night person. Is there such thing as like a midday person? Because that's where I fit in. That's who I am. But I need to be a morning person because I need to get things done. So by starting my day, by taking the dogs out for a walk, it really wakes me up by getting outside, seeing the sunshine, and just starting my day off on that note. When I come back inside, the next thing I typically do is go for a workout. Now, if you are located in Toronto, you will know that everything right now is shut down because of the virus. So I'm currently working from home or working out from home. So what I will do is either a Peloton ride or I will also do a Peloton class, and just get in a body workout. I try and work out between 5 to 6 days a week. And what I do, and I know that sounds like a lot, but my secret is I just keep it short. I do 20 minutes every day, and that makes it feel more maintainable, or that I can actually do it. Even if I don't feel like working out, I just think about how good I will feel afterwards, and just it's such a huge thing for me to set the tone for my day. Next up, I always love to have a smoothie. I really love having a protein smoothie in the morning because I feel like it's a good way to, no matter how my day goes with eating, at least I have some nutrients first thing in the morning. My next big tip I have that I always follow is after I've done my morning workout and had my morning smoothie, the next thing I will do is check out what's on my schedule for today. How is my day structured? I absolutely, and maybe this is just my type of personality, I love structuring out my days ahead of time because it makes me feel a sense of relief knowing that I know what I need to get done. As you know, I'm a huge fan of time blocking also, so I definitely incorporate that. And for organizing my day, I always use Sunsama. I've been using them for quite a while now, and I absolutely love it because they organize my to-do list, they organize my meetings by day, so I can kind of reflect on the past day and also to what is coming up for today. I'm going to pull them up on screen here so you can kind of get an idea of how I usually use it for my workflow. So as you can see on my screen here, I have what do you want to work on today? And this is a great way to kind of reflect on, okay, what are my main priorities that I need to do today? For me, one of my main priorities at work is I really need to finish a coding ticket. So I'm going to put finish coding feature. Ensure you finish the backend for the code feature. And then I usually put in what the feature number is, but in this case, just for example, I'm going to use 111. And then task description, I am going to do, oops, 1 second here. And then the second description for it, I'm going to say, ensure you finish testing before, making sure I test the code before I do a PR for it. Okay, let's go next. So I really like this part of it too because you can actually time block. So as I mentioned, I'm a huge time block person. So for finish coding feature, this is going to take me about 1 hour of my day. And you can see underneath, these are the 2 areas that I need to do. So then at this point, I can add another task as well, which is really nice. So for example, another thing that I will need to do later today is go pick up some of the dog treats. So I'm going to actually do that on my lunch break. So I'll say it'll take about 30 minutes. So go get dog food. And I know this isn't a work-related task, but I like to add in every single thing I need to do throughout the day. Otherwise, you don't take into account some of the small things you need to do, and in turn, they add up as well, and you never get anything done. I have linked Sunsama down in the description, so if you are looking for ways to really increase your productivity and make the most out of your days, go check them out. I've been using them for quite a while, and I'm kind of obsessed with them, so I was really excited to share about it with you. My next tip is to have a clean office space. As I'm working from home, it can be very easy to allow myself to kind of get messy with my office, and as I'm in the office every day, just kind of let things pile up. And trust me, they do at times. But I find I usually do it on Sundays, a few minutes every week to just really tidy up my office and ensure it is clean and organized, really will set the tone for the week and the day to ensure I can have a really productive day. I think if you are in a clean space, your mind is less cluttered as well. I don't know if that's already a saying, but if it is not a saying, let's make it one. It's a good one. So for me, I'll take a few minutes and ensure that the office is ready to go, it's clean and tidy, because then I just feel like I can totally focus on work for the day versus wondering or getting upset with myself, like, this is so messy, or I need to clean this up after work, but rather just focus on the task at hand. My number 4 tip to having the most productive and effective day is get rid of your phone. It's so hard to do. Trust me, I have been there. But if I actually put my phone away, I'll put it in a drawer. It really helps me not be able to look at it, to go on social media or see if someone's calling or texting me. So I will literally put it out of sight, out of mind. And I'll also turn it on airplane mode for a while. So no matter what, no one can get a hold of me, which maybe isn't a good thing, but it's a really great way, because I find when I get into a zone for coding especially, or writing an email or anything work related, I really need to be in the zone, and I can't just get midway interrupted. It really takes me out of my flow. So I will put my phone away, put it on airplane mode so I can fully focus on the task at hand. Okay, my last tip, and one of my biggest tips to live by, is using the Pomodoro method. And I'm sure many of you have heard about this. It's essentially where you work for a specific period of time and then you give yourself a short break. Now, usually people work in increments of 20 or 30 minutes. I do increments of, I'm up to an hour right now, and then I'll take 5 minutes off to just stretch my legs or go walk to the kitchen and get a coffee or tea. And why I work in hour increments is, once again, because of coding, it can be, once I'm in my zone, I don't want to get out of my zone, and 20 minutes or 30 minutes is just not enough time. Now, this does 2 things. One, it means that I'm already in the mindset of, I know in an hour's time I will get a break, I'll get a reward, but it also does that for this specific hour, I am kind of telling myself, put my phone away, no distractions, because after this hour, I can do all of that for 5 minutes. And it's a great way to really reward yourself for working hard and focusing. Okay, those are my main tips on how I stay productive and really have an effective or efficient day. I think the biggest thing though is none of these tips are new, and I'm sure you've all heard these tips before from various people in various degrees. But what the biggest takeaway of this is you need to be consistent. You need to do your same kind of routine, your same kind of pattern every single day to really start seeing it come into action and work for you. It's easy to say, oh, I'm going to work out in the morning, or oh, I'm going to put my phone away. Those are easy to say. But to actually do it, that's a whole other ballgame. To actually put what you are saying into action, it's tough and it's a whole other thing. And for that, it comes the missing piece we haven't spoke of yet, which is discipline. It's not motivation, it's not hustle, it's not work as hard as possible, it's discipline. It's recognizing that these 8 hours or 9 hours that I'm working, I'm going to be as efficient as possible, so once it's done, I can completely enjoy my night. And for me, discipline comes from many different areas, but one of the biggest things for me is thinking about my future self. So for example, when I am doing some work or solving some coding problems at work, I'll think, okay, I really want to work as hard as possible today or be as focused as possible today because I don't want my future Tiff, like tomorrow Tiff, to have to worry about this. And if I get this done today, tomorrow I will feel so good and so relieved that I actually did it. Versus if you push it off and just continue to push it off, then the next day you wake up and you feel like crap because you know you need to get it done and you didn't get it done, and then the work just piles up. So that's my biggest tip, is think about your future self and how you can help that person out. Okay, I hope you enjoyed all of these tips and they will help you have the most productive and efficient days possible. Also, make sure to check out Sunsama, who I linked down below. They are an incredible platform for planning out your day and being as organized as possible. If you haven't already, hit that subscribe button for more tech and coding related content, and I will see you all soon. Thanks everyone.